A lot of religious people seem to conflate disgust with moral indignation.
On atheism, there's nothing wrong with drinking your dad's sperm. You don't believe me? Look, let's break it down. There is no consequences, morally speaking, according to you guys, because it's not harming anyone and there's no risk. And secondly speaking, sperm's got nutritional value. So go drink your dad's sperm, man. What are you waiting for? But you're not going to, are you? But why? I can understand how you're quite confused right now because your worldview should make you feel comfortable with drinking sperm. But hold up, you feel like, that's gross, I don't want to drink my dad's sperm. Then could there be something wrong with your worldview?
The argument this dude is using seems to be, since it's gross, there must be something immoral about it. This is obviously nonsense. I think asparagus is gross. That in no way indicates that eating it is immoral. I think the idea of elderly people having sex with each other is gross. But I see nothing morally objectionable about it. It is fallacious to think that the statement, "it's okay to be gay," must be incorrect because you find it to be gross. I don't think the specific fallacy has an official name, so I'll call it the argumentum ad fastidium, the argument from disgust. Conflating disgust with moral indignation seems to be something religious people do all the time. When arguing against acceptance of homosexuality, the first thing they often bring up is gay anal sex.
Am I a homophobe because I think it's wrong for a man to put his inside another man's?
Or they'll just talk about how gross they find man-on-man action to be.
God have mercy. It makes me puking sick to think about. I don't even know whether you ought to say this in the pulpit or not. Could you imagine kissing some man?
Notice that they always go for the guy-on-guy stuff. You almost never find homophobes who say, "Could you imagine a woman kissing another woman? Gross!" I suspect part of the reason a lot of religious folks, especially the most conservative religious folks, conflate disgust with righteous indignation is because there is a strong correlation between a person's proneness to disgust and acceptance of conservative political views. According to a study by Joel Inbar, David Pizarro, and Paul Bloom, dispositional proneness to disgust, as measured by the Disgust Sensitivity Scale, was associated with greater self-reported political conservatism. This relationship appeared to be strongest for, but not limited to, attitudes toward the socio-moral issues of gay marriage and abortion. Specifically, disgust sensitivity was related to a greater disapproval of gay marriage and greater disapproval of abortion. It seems to be the case that people who are prone to disgust are more drawn to conservative political and religious communities, or conservative political communities produce in people a proneness to disgust. Or there is some third factor causing both proneness to disgust and membership in conservative political and religious communities. Whatever happens to be the case, I think it is inappropriate to conflate aesthetic judgments, like what you find pleasing or disgusting, with what is or is not moral. These are distinct judgments.